I would like Standard Quay to be retained as a sailing venue, as a place where ships and barges can be, not to have a pokey or an upmarket restaurant or housing. I think it has to be retained. There's so few of those kind of places left on the East Coast.
I think Standard Quay should be used for its purpose, what it was originally used for, and that's like keeping it as a quay.
Standard Quay I've never heard of, I'm afraid.
It would be a huge mistake at Standard Quay to do away with what essentially is the historical heritage of Standard Quay, with the boats and the barges that are there. It seems to me such an obvious asset to Faversham to develop it sensitively, keeping that historical heritage.
I would like to see Standard Quay as a working boatyard, as it always has been historically, and I'm saddened by the thought of it being sort of gentrified. We haven't got any shipyards in this part of the world anymore. We have Iron Wharf and they're doing wonderful work there, but all the little shipyards that were around this estuary in this part of Britain have gone, and they've had houses built on them, and as I've said before, the two don't go together.
Standard Quay's not really somewhere I go, so to be honest I don't really know an awful lot about it.
Well, I would like to think that Standard Quay retains some of its historic features, and it would be sad if it became all housing development. I think ideally you need a mixture to enhance, so that people would want to live there, but at the same time to improve access for pleasure craft, because there is no commercial shipping that comes through anymore.
That needs to be preserved, and the skills that are used at Standard Quay need to be maintained. There needs to be some discussion with the developer and the people of Faversham to make sure that our heritage isn't lost at Standard Quay.
Standard Quay, I think, there is a proposed development down there at the moment. I'm very much against anything that will get in the way of the boats. I've travelled extensively, and there are so few of these places left now. This is one more of them that is about to fall by the wayside, and it will go to people who have the money to live on the waterside, who will complain about the noise that the boats make, the space that the boats need for, especially Thames barges. They have huge sails which have to be repainted every year. They need a quayside for that, and as the quayside is gradually eaten up, regardless of whether or not the moorings stay there, they'll no longer be, it won't be useful for them.
Standard Quay is a wonderful area. It is actually, when you go there first time, you think you're on a film set, because it has got all the character that it had in medieval times. The wharfs, the barns, and it has not been spoilt. And we have got to be so careful that we do not spoil that, and that we do our best to retain what is the only place left where Thames barges can be restored. That is important to the history of the country and the history of the area.